Have you ever wanted to make a Lego Star Wars mock, but you don't have the money, time, parts, or space needed to make such a thing? Well, have I got the solution for you? This is my guide to coolness, aka how to make mocks. I wouldn't say that I'm an expert at making mocks, but I can offer my simple ways. You will learn how to turn this into this. Now, coming up with a mock is a lot easier than some may think. Allow me to explain. It could be from a movie that you like, a video game that you like, or something entirely in between. In case you're not sure about what you want to make, all it takes is a quick Google search to find out what might inspire you. Now, designing a mock is quite an easy thing to do, and you can do it either on a piece of paper, you could just work as you go, that always seems to work for me, or you can take something that you've taken inspiration from and see if it fits your current situation, as in, table space. Now, this was a mock-up of the mock that I was doing on the channel, and it doesn't have to be the most artistic thing in the world. You're not exactly doing Da Vinci or Picasso levels of drawing, but yeah, it does get the point across, and hopefully this method does work for you if you're new to mock building. If not, then this is something to take on board. And once that's all done, you can start figuring out what pieces you're going to use. Now, this was a mock that I designed a couple of years ago using the pieces from the 2023 Advent Calendar. This is a mini diorama of the Battle of Endor. One of the most recent inclusions that I've made in this are adding the studded people. See here, we've got some white ones, and we've got some brown ones as well. And yeah, this is basically just a mini diorama of Endor. And these are the Ewoks, and these are the Imperials. Now, any good mock starts off with a foundation. Could be a small base plate, could be a big base plate, could be a regular size base plate. It's entirely up to you. You can even start it on one of these. Okay, so once you've gotten your base plate, what you want to go ahead and do is start adding bits of detail. After a few minutes of playing around, you should have something that potentially looks like this, depending on what type of pieces you got and what type of base plate or idea you chose. Now, one thing that can really make a mock, well, a mock, are the figures. So let's go ahead and add some. Now, this is a simple idea that I've come up with. However, you could go above and beyond with what I'm about to show you. You could always take a set like this and turn it into a mock. So when we just experiment with that. This is basically what I've come up with. And yeah, if you want to do something like this, it's entirely up to you. And one thing I can say about mocks is that depending on what type of mock you make, it can always make for a good display piece. Now, a common issue that some people may have when starting to make mocks is where to get their parts from. And let me tell you, there are a few simple methods. It could be from your own collection. So Lego bins like this from your childhood. Sets that you don't feel like using anymore. Or a very common method, pick-a-brick, which depends on if there's a Lego store near to where you live. Now, pick-a-brick is pretty helpful. I haven't used the online version of it. I've only just gone into store and gotten a bunch of pieces, which usually works. There are also sites like Bricklink where you can get parts for relatively cheap if you don't feel like going to a Lego store. However, Bricklink is now owned by Lego, so yeah, similar prices may rise if you're sourcing parts from Bricklink. But pieces like these are relatively common, so expect prices to not be as expensive. The amount of space that you have to display a mock can vary depending on the type of mock that you've built and obviously the size of said mock. So yeah, if you're making a big mock like this, you can basically just use a table like this, which, fun fact, was built using 2 IKEA shelves and a platform above it. But a display like this modular layout is just on a basic table. Or if you're making a small mock, you can just put it here on like one of these shelves, for example. Once you've figured out an appropriate space to display your mock, you should have no issue. After a few months, you will probably think to yourself that I don't particularly want to display this mock anymore, and in fact I want to start a new one, which is usually what I go by. If you're gonna get rid of your mock, I recommend taking it down individually. So like doing this, like don't just take it down straight away. Just like think it through. As like, I don't know, if I were to take down this mock today, for example, I would remove the storage boxes first and write all the details on it, and then I just progress down and just, you know, get rid of the buildings and all the other stuff that's down here. And then once that's all done, once like all the base plates are clear, you can just take each base plate one by one and put it somewhere, and then after that's done, you'll have plenty of space to start planning and start placing down base plates for your next mock. So that's pretty cool. So now you know how I make my mocks. Basically the whole point of this video was just to take my guidance and give it to you guys, because I sometimes get questions as to why my mocks work good. As I say, I'm no expert, but yeah, just when it comes to mock making, one of the main takeaways is just do whatever your imagination's telling you to do. If there's a certain scene in a movie that you like and you want to replicate that in Lego, you can do that. Or just, if there's anything that you think is cool from anything that you like, you can just build it, pretty much. That's all I have to say. And now, I didn't have any requests to make this type of video. I just thought that I would give you guys basic information, basic knowledge, basic guidance on how I do stuff like this. So if this video has been of help to you, then I truly appreciate it. As to where I get my inspiration to make mocks from, it mainly comes from stuff I've seen, so like movies, TV shows, video games, books and comics maybe? It honestly just depends on what you're into and where you're getting your inspiration from. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with doing a quick Google search as to what you want to make. There's nothing wrong with not having any ideas, because that's part of it. Ideas come as you go. And yeah, I have struggled with that in the past. This mock that you're seeing, for example, is perfect example of that, because when I was doing the short series, I had no idea what mock I wanted to make by the end of the series, and look where we are now. It's a pretty good mock. Okay, so I'm currently in the process of editing this video, and one thing I forgot to mention is that I'm currently hosting a mock contest. You can either submit your ideas on the Discord server, link in the description, or on the community page of this channel. It's entirely up to you if you want to partake, but yeah, I just thought I'd mention that. So I'm gonna send you guys back to past me so he can finish off the video.
Yeah, it's rewind time.
I hope you all have enjoyed watching. My links will either be on screen now, in the description of this video, as well as inspiration as to where I get some of my ideas from. So yeah, thank you all for watching, people, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.